Hello and welcome, guys. In today's video, I'm going to be going over cards that I feel need to be nerfed. I had top 5 cards I feel that haven't been nerfed that really need to be nerfed in Hearthstone currently. And I just heard and saw the leak that Photographer Fizzle is one of those cards that's actually getting nerfed tomorrow, more than likely. And that was actually on my list. So by the time I get this video out, it's going to be past Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, by the time I get this video edited. So anyways, I'll give you still my thoughts on why I think this card needs to get nerfed, how it should be nerfed, and again, this is just my opinion. My number 5 is Artanis, the Battle Cry, summon 2/3/4 Zealots with charge. I don't have a problem with the cost for this card. I don't have a problem with the Battle Cry. My biggest thing here is the Twin Blades, the power, and I think the hero power is pretty good. Or it's really good right now. I mean, it doesn't need to be messed with too much or tampered with. The only thing I would take out is the Divine Shield if it was me. I'd say give a friendly minion and your hero 1 attack. That's perfect. That's still really good hero power. Giving your hero Divine Shield every turn, I think is a bit ridiculous, just in my opinion. I think that could be slightly nerfed. Okay, next, number 4 is Infestor, Death Knight. Zerg Death Knight is pretty much the main deck, almost the only deck right now being played by Death Knight. There's a reason for that. It's just so overpowered. I think if you made this 4 cost, I'd even say 5 cost mana, that should be sufficient. I wouldn't rework this card personally. I would just upscale how much this card costs. And I think that would give other players some time to where it wouldn't be so problematic. My last top 3, I have a hard time putting them in order because all 3 I feel definitely need a nerf. The next one I'm just going to put in order is Ziliax Deluxe. And it's basically 2 modules I'd like to get nerfed. This card's already been reworked. It's already been nerfed a couple different times, I believe. And these are my thoughts. My problem is Virus module, the elusive, poisonous, Reborn, you combine it with Perfect Module, you get Divine Shield, Taunt, Lifesteal, and Rush. To me, it's just too much. Having the Divine Shield first of all, and then Reborn on top of it, and you get the Divine Shield again, it's ridiculous. You combine this with Hydration Station. Dungar's already a problematic card, as we all know, and you throw this on board and then just play Hydration Station again. It's just another infinite loop. I mean, I'm guilty. I love playing Dungar Druid because it's good for a reason. This card is still a lot of fun to play, but realistically, this card really does need a nerf. Okay, my next card, we'll call this number 2 for me, Photographer Fizzle, and it is getting nerfed. This is the one card that is getting nerfed. Likely tomorrow is what I heard for the leak. Don't know how it's going to get nerfed. I personally don't feel like making this 4 or 5 mana is really going to make too much of a difference. The issue is the Battle Cry, in my opinion. You take a snapshot of your current hand, you get to shuffle your hand back into your deck, but there's other cards you can play. For instance, Shutter Block, you can play that the turn beforehand, then play your Photographer Fizzle. It shuffles 3 more in, then you can still replicate that more and more with different spells, and you're pretty much getting that infinite loop that people are talking about. And it's just a bit too much. The way to fix this, in my opinion, is still take that snapshot. I think that's a great thing to have, but I think it should be just once per game. That's it, and that's done. And finally, last but definitely not least here on the list, is going to be our Travel Master Dungar. This card has been very problematic for a while. I'm surprised it's still not getting nerfed. I thought it was going to get nerfed a while back. And I definitely thought it'd get nerfed this time around, and it's still not being nerfed. The issue, once you hit 9 mana, playing Druid, and you can upscale your mana so quickly, you throw huge minions on board just by playing your Dungar. The Ziliax we talked about's in this deck, and it just completely destroys any opportunity your opponent really has. And then you combine that again with Hydration Station, you get some of those taunt minions back on board, and again, you're getting that infinite loop. This card, to me, just needs rework altogether. I would say this is why it's my number 1. My personal feeling is making it 10 mana might have worked, but the fact that Druid can just upscale mana so quickly, I personally feel, yeah, 10's better than 9, but I don't really think it's going to resolve it that much. I think it's still going to be played a lot, which is fine, but I think it's just going to be overkill still. And personally, I don't know what I would recommend on changing this necessarily. Keep the battle cry. I don't want to rework the card too much or change it too much, but maybe the battle cry should be summon 3 minions that can't cost more than 5 or 6. I don't know. Do it that way instead of just different minions from different expansions, because then you just play enormous size minions and just completely destroy your opponent. Anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on cards that I feel should be nerfed in Hearthstone. Don't judge me too harshly. I enjoy most of or all of these cards, really. I've played several decks that these cards are in. I've had a good time with it. When I really think about it, I think they definitely could use a nerf. Let me know in the comments, guys, what your thoughts are. Let me know cards that are bugging you or cards that you think are overpowered or even underpowered. Tell me cards that you feel like should be buffed that haven't been. Just let me know, guys. We'll see you in the next one.